Hi, everyone. This is Ayana, your resident health coach, the founder of Thrive and Be Whole. And yeah, woohoo, happy Sunday. Now, I help women who want to lose weight and who feel as though they've been up and down in their weight loss and who are over and tired with this whole restrictive dieting thing. I help those women learn how to finally lose weight in a way that is fun and sustainable and easy to do for life, okay? I really am a habit change coach. And when it comes to, with like health coaching as well on top of that, and it's fantastic. So one of the things that I serve people with is that they come to me to help them transform their habits and change their habits around into something, into behaviors that last for life. So that's why I specialize in supporting women who really want and need support around getting off the up and down roller coaster that is trying to diet and lose weight. And part of my joy for that comes because I also went through my own struggles with this. If you look at pictures of me from before, I was up and down in my weight as well. So I know the struggles and I know that mess personally, and it's very frustrating. So if that's you, then you'll definitely want to, oh, hello, thank you for showing me so much love. And thank you for watching this live. And if you're catching the replay, that's awesome too. You're still amazing. You just are not as amazing as the people catching it live. Just kidding. Thanks for all the love. Woohoo. So one of the things that I just want to talk about today is I want to talk about time blocking, because on Sundays I like to come, I like to go live from my profile. Otherwise, during the week, I go live in my Facebook group. It's called Healthy Living Should Be Fun. So if you want to get a little bit more of these live videos, I only go live once a week on my page. But then if you want to get more of me and more support and, daily posts about health coaching, if you want to get, 2 to 3 lives a week, yeah. It's crazy. It's a lot. About mindset, about mentality, about joyful eating, all of these things. You're going to want to, search for the Facebook group. It's called Healthy Living Should Be Fun. Okay, so if you search for that in Facebook, it'll pop right up and you can request to join. Okay, so that's a little plug. Thank you for all the love and thanks for showing up. So, this is supposed to be interactive. Before I get into the scheduling stuff, so the purpose of this video, let me run back a little bit, is to teach about organization, because, so often one of the barriers that I hear about that people have and struggle with when it comes to reaching their health goals, and really any goals for that matter, are I don't have time. And that was something that I struggled with too. So I like to come live weekly to kind of talk about how to set up systems and make those systems automatic so you can actually achieve your goals, because it is a valid thing. And so sometimes we have to ask ourselves how much of it, how much of it is valid and how much of it is that we're not making it a priority, right? But one of the things that we can do is we can set up systems that kind of help to guarantee our success. And every week, it is my goal to come live to try and help you do exactly that. Okay, so this week's tip is all about time blocking to make your health goals automatic. And this is a tip that I started doing, like about a week and a half ago, and I'm obsessed with it. And so I'm going to share that with you, okay? But before we do that, before we dive into that, just a couple of quick announcements. I also have a vision board party going on next month. I'm so excited. I'm through the moon. Can you tell? I did my first vision board party last year. And if you don't know anything about me, I'm both a health coach and a life coach. And it was just an incredible thing. It was an intimate gathering at my house just to see if people would come. And people did, thank goodness. And it was fantastic. And so we're doing it again. And we're taking it up a notch. It's going to be in this beautiful venue in downtown Oakland with a loft. And there's going to be the views are amazing. There's a swing in the venue. There's going to be, all sorts of amazing, cool stuff happening, and including mimosa toasts. Okay, so if you are local to the Bay Area and you want to come check this out, you should go ahead, click the link that's in the description to the side underneath Vision Board Party, and you can have access to that. It's going to be incredible. Now, one of the things that you can expect to happen at that Vision Board Party is I'm going to be giving you a workshop, and the goal is, helping us dream so that we can find goals that we really want to accomplish, okay? So if you're like, I try to set resolutions every year, but I struggle, Don't worry, I got your back. We're going to make resolutions and goals that are in line with our dreams. So first part of it is to dream and give yourself, we're going to talk about why that's so important and necessary. And then it's going to transition into turning those dreams into goals. If you've never been to a vision board party, there's arts and crafts involved. Okay. So definitely want to check on that. You're going to end up with this beautiful vision board party that gives you permission to dream. All right, so that's that event. So you click there for that. And then if you really want to get ready for 2020 and you're like, I try every year to set these goals around getting healthier and just maintaining it, but I struggle as I used to. I want to offer you a powerful breakthrough session. It's a free 50-minute call with me, and it's designed to help you figure out, and learn epiphanies about what it is that, what your vision is for your health, but also what might be blocking you and standing in your way. Okay, so you definitely want to click on the link for that. It's thriveandbehold.com/apply, okay? And you're going to walk away with a really good plan and some action for what to do, okay? You don't have to sign up and be my client. You can just talk to me, okay? It's very simple and it's awesome and amazing and people love it. So go ahead and click on that link to schedule that with me. It's awesome. All right, and so what I'm going to have you guys, now let's jump into our topic. So thank you for those announcements. Now let's dive on into what we're going to be talking about, which is time blocking. Okay, so I wish I could take credit for this because it's genius. But I've actually heard, if you are someone who is an organized person and organized with your time, then maybe this will be familiar to you. This was kind of a revolutionary idea for me. But one of the things that I actually follow this woman online. She is, how do you describe it? Her website is called Fun, Cheap, or Free. And she has this fantastic, she's all about, having a family and being able to make time for the things that you value most. And also having a budget that allows you to live the kind of lifestyle you want to live. So right up my alley, right? Anyone who knows me knows I'm obsessed with this type of stuff. So she had this powerful video about time blocking. And she even has a whole program called Budget Boot Camp. I think her name is Jordan Paige or something like that. I'll type that in the comments. Okay, she's all over social media. You can't miss her if you just search for Jordan Paige, Fun, Cheap, or Free. You see I'm typing this as we speak. There we go. Then you can be able to access this video too. She has a 25-minute video on YouTube about this, so I won't go into too much detail. But one of the things that is amazing about this system is learning how. It's just, number one, it allows you to be authentic with yourself and get everything done that you need to get done in a time that makes it happen for you. So if you're like, you know what, I struggle to spend time on my health goals. I struggle to find time for self-care. I struggle to find time for my family. I feel like I'm always burning the candle at multiple ends. I understand. I definitely understand because I know busy and I know overwhelmed like the back of my hand. And, I like to say I'm overwhelmed in recovery. I have awareness about being overwhelmed and I know what tools to take to mitigate it. But it took me a while to get there. And I still, every now and then, I have a desire in me to still want to be overwhelmed. Like my first inclination is to overschedule and I have to stop myself. So many of us are like that. And it makes sense because we have families, we have jobs, we have careers, we have businesses, we have, things we want to do and participate in that are important to us. So it just makes sense that it's hard to juggle everything. This will help. So time blocking is a strategy where, she described it in her video where it's very similar to when you're back in school, okay? So when you were in high school, okay, or if you were in college, you had a strict schedule, right? And what happened was from 8:30 a.m. to, 11, or however long classes are going these days, right? You were in Spanish class or math class or whatever, and that was it. And you did not leave that class until it was done. And she also describes how, while you were in that class, your focus, ideally, right, was on that class. Now, except, okay, of course, if you had that rare occasion like me, where you were doing homework or something else for another class, fine, right? But in theory, you're supposed to be working on that class from 8:30 until, let's say, 10:30, okay? And from the moment you got in there until the time you left, that was supposed to be your focus. And so a lot of what trips so many of us up is that when we get to our days, even if you have a 9 to 5, like, I'm an entrepreneur right now, so I have somewhat of a flexible schedule, but even if you're at, working in an office, if you're at a 9 to 5, it can still be frustrating. Your time is still your own and you still have to figure out how it works. And especially if you want to, be able to, if you have a side business, a side hustle, if you have a family, it can be hard to figure out how to use your time in that day. So many of us spend time really just stuck on what we should do first. And so what I now do is I use her method, which I set alarms on my phone that go off every 2 to 3 hours, and it moves me onto another block. And so a lot of people are like, well, how do you find time to work out? How do you find time to meal plan and all this? Simple. I spent calculated time sitting down with so first things first is I actually got clarity about how I really spend my time. And one of the things that she recommends doing is spending about 7 days tracking your time, as often as you can. So like, did she say 7 days? Well, somewhere between 48 hours to 5 days, I think would be good, right? Just tracking your time and really being honest with yourself about how you're using it. And the key thing here is honesty, right? Because the last thing we want to do, part of the reason why so many of us struggle to find balance and struggle to find time for self-care and for our health goals is because we're not being honest with ourselves about our time. Okay, I don't know how many of us can relate to that. But how many times have we desired to do something I'm going to wake up at 6 a.m. and work out, and you don't, and you keep hitting snooze, right? How many times have we said, I'm going to meal plan on Saturday, and we don't? Or I'm going to find some healthy meals on Pinterest on Saturday afternoon, and it doesn't happen. And part of the reason for that is because we might be setting up a wish list for ourselves, but we're not being authentic with how we actually like to spend our time. So the most revolutionary thing that I learned about this whole time blocking thing is it gives you real permission to be in control of your time. You are the captain of your ship. And instead of trying to force yourself into a flow that doesn't work for you just because, someone else recommended it or it's someone else's schedule, 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. may be a perfect workout time for a lot of people, but maybe not for you. So what you do instead is you spend a little time really auditing your time to figure out, okay, how am I actually utilizing my time? When do I have the most energy? And what are the hardest things for me to accomplish right now? And so what I like to do is I like to put the things that are the hardest for me to accomplish or the things that need more motivation, I like to do those when I have the most energy for them, okay? So for me, one of the things I started doing for myself was I am a morning workout person. I find that it actually gives me a lot of energy for the day. I feel really good. I feel like I have a lot of confidence. But some people really prefer it end of day, on their lunch break, because they just don't want to wake up, and that's fine, okay? So be authentic with how you are actually spending your time, and then make the time blocking work for you. So right now, in the morning, my morning block it starts at, 6 a.m., but really probably more like 6:30 now. And it consists of me exercising, posting online, on my stories. It involves me making a smoothie for the family in the morning. It involves me then getting myself ready. It involves me getting the kids ready. Okay. And sometimes, I'm trying to see whether or not journaling is something that I used to do more of. I might try to figure out where that fits in, if I have enough time for that in the mornings or if I have to move that somewhere else. And part of what I'm doing is I'm giving myself permission to kind of play around with it. So you do that too. You start on something, if it feels like it doesn't work, instead of beating yourself up for it and judging yourself, just get curious about it, right? And just get curious about what it's trying to show you, okay? So is this something that's actually working for my schedule or not? So that's when, and I try to make my morning block those healthy habits that are going to help me get through the day, right? So exercising is one that I really do feel better when I'm done with it. I may not always wake up feeling like doing it, but I always know that I feel better doing it, right? And the other thing about working out too is you also want to, side note, you want to try to find something that's exciting and fun, because when you do that, you're more likely to get up. But another video on that another time. So the other thing then is that I know then at 8:40, my alarm is going to go off and it's going to be time for me to do work. Okay, so you can customize this to however it is that you want to do it. From 8:40 until 11:40, it's a solid 3-hour block of work, and I turn off everything. All I have on is some music, and I just do work on my business. And then at 11:40 to 12:40, I have an hour-long lunch, which is eating and going for a walk. Okay, and then what do I do after? I don't have it directly in front of me, but after that, I do another 3 hours of work. And then after that, I have about an hour and a half that I spend just doing home things. So, cleaning, bill paying, budgeting, tracking my expenses. These are all things that really help, checking the mail, answering my voicemails, just, checking my email in a more in-depth way. And this is something that works for my schedule, right? I've decided that that the things that I handle earlier in the mornings are the things that I had the least amount of motivation for as the day goes on. Okay. So you kind of want to think about how is it that you are naturally spending your time right now? And then what do you do, right? And then after that, after I do the home block, then I pick up the kids and I have some time with them at their school. I spend about an hour and a half with the kids just kind of hanging out. Then after that, my husband and I, we tag team. He takes over with the kids and then I do a little bit more work. I also do some, scheduling things. I do a little bit of tidying around the house. Just so that is, and then finally, ultimately, this all gets me to about 9 or 9:30 where I just stop doing work and I do nothing else and I hang out with my husband, okay? And what I've found is just amazing. It is the most amazing thing. And here's the key thing about time blocking that you want to know. If you notice, I said 2 to 3 hour chunks. That's what this woman recommends, and that's what I recommend as well too. And part of that is so it allows for flexibility, right? If you try to go minute to minute and you're like, oh, I'm breaking my day into 30-minute chunks. Regimented, if it works for you, excellent. Most of us can't keep that up for long because we have a tendency to want to be able to relax and have fun, and that can feel like too much pressure and too regimented, right? But when you're at work, the way that this can translate is it can translate, if you're at work all day, it can translate into what types of work tasks am I going to be doing from this time to this time. I'm going to do my hardest tasks, my most time-consuming tasks from this time to this time. I'm going to be checking emails in this block. I'm going to be, during my lunch, I'm going to relax and I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Okay? So these are different ways you can also think about it, about how to divide it up. And again, organization, a lot of people are like, well, why are you talking about organization? You're a health coach. It all goes hand in hand, We give ourselves, there's a lot of reasons that we give ourselves for not getting things done and for not taking care of our health and for letting our health goals be inconsistent, okay, for going up and down. And this is a really, really good strategy and tool to help you. Hello, my daughter just got up. This is a really, really good strategy and tool to help you stay consistent and to help you feel like you can fit in those things that are most important to you. And if you do the time blocking and you still feel like, oh my goodness, I still have way too much and it's not all going to fit in, then you might want to evaluate what you're saying yes to. Okay. What can you delegate? What can you, send to someone else? What can be erased completely from your to-do list? Okay. Because we all deserve to feel in balance and in control, right? If we have one life to live, we need to live it at our best and we don't have time to waste. Okay, we don't have time to waste. And organization is the gift that allows us to do just that. Okay. I used to look at organization and be like, oh, that is raining on my free-spirited parade. But actually, it is a gift to my free-spirited parade. And it makes me feel so like I'm really getting to experience my life with so much more joy. And I get to work out in the way that I want to, meal plan, all of that is phenomenal. Okay, so I invite you to check that out. And I'm going to link to that video in the comments so that way you can find the video and you can find this woman that I'm talking about, Jordan Paige. She's really awesome. And her video about time blocking is excellent. So check that out. She goes really in depth and shows her own schedule. So check it out. So with that, I do just want to invite you once again as a reminder, thank you for hanging with me in this video. I just want to remind you, if you are local to the Bay Area, I am having a vision board party. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. So go ahead and sign up for that. It is going to be incredible. There's a maximum of 25 people. And again, this is an opportunity for you to give yourself permission to dream, turn those dreams into goals into specific actionable goals. Oh, Kai. My daughter's singing over there. There you go. Life of a mom, right? So, give yourself, turn your dreams into actionable goals that you can take real action on. Go ahead and click the link in the description. And what you'll want to do is RSVP on the Facebook group, and then you can also purchase your tickets to it. It's going to be incredible. There'll be snacks, mimosas. Did I say that before? Mimosas? Ooh, shimmy for mimosas. All of the tools you can use right away. It's just invaluable way to get ready for 2020 and walk into it feeling amazing and confident and wonderful. It's going to be in sisterhood. So just go ahead and join. You'll get a workshop from me. I can't say any, go ahead to the Facebook group. It's got all the details there. Okay. And then finally, set up that breakthrough session. If you want to talk to me individually and you're like, hey, I need an individual plan for how to walk into my 2020. Set up that free breakthrough session with me so that I can help you, figure out your health goals. Like, what is your vision and your dream for your health and body? If I could accomplish it, if I could lose 40 to 50 pounds and keep it off, we all can. Oh, that was a beach ball that just bounced over here. So that's what's happening. That's real time. So what you're going to do, go ahead and click on that link in the description so you can sign up for that, and we can take real action. Back to you guys. And then finally, too, there's also another link here for my meetup group. Okay, so go ahead and click on that if you want to join my meetup group and you're in the area. All right, with that, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I love you all. You deserve to take care of yourself, and organization is the way you do it. This is that beach ball, and I'm holding on to this. All right, bye. She needs attention. I gotta go. Bye.